Hi everybody, I'm Moody Boo, the Fragrant Nomad, and I am back with another You Picked from my latest poll. Well, not the latest poll, the one before the latest poll. 25th Annual Moody Poll? Something like that. It's getting up there anyway. So the clear winner was Lorenzo Pazzaglia, and it's Vanextoix and Cherry Ink. So I think I'll start with Vanextoix. So Vanextoix is a massive vanilla and caramel perfume. Those are the two main notes that I really get, but it gives it this beautiful gourmand, especially when you first spray it. So, and I do like the bottles. I really like the caps. It's got these little jewels in the eyes of the owl there, and you can see that the owl is kind of their symbol. And then it's got it up top. It does not have that cap for Cherry Ink. It's just a plain cap. Good sprayer. You know, nothing bad, but I really like how misty it is. It doesn't leave the little droplets all over the place. So I'm going to tell you what's in it, because there's a lot of vanilla. I mean a lot. So it's bourbon, and this is according to Fragrantica. Lazy me. Bourbon vanilla, Madagascar vanilla, Tahitian vanilla, black vanilla husk, vanilla, caramel, white flowers, vanilla pod, black vanilla husk. Didn't we already say that once? Yeah, it's in there twice. Tonka bean and agarwood or oud. So I don't really get any oud. There's no sour to this. There's no skank or animalic or clean or anything. This is a strictly gourmand kind of fragrance. Now you would think with all those vanilla notes that that's all you'd smell, but you don't. You get the caramel big time. And you do get a hint of white flowers, but it's not really a big player. So I'm going to talk about the dry down now because I've been wearing it all day anticipating doing this review. And I will say the best part is that first hour. That is when it's most gourmand and it's most unique, dense, chewy kind of a perfume. When it dries down, it becomes a hint generic, kind of a generic kind of a vanilla. It still smells really good, but there's nothing that really distinguishes it from any other of your average vanilla perfumes, except for it's a little higher quality, but it loses all of its personality in the deep dry down, in my personal opinion. Doesn't mean it's not fabulous. It's still fabulous. And it's not that pink sugar kind of a vanilla. It's much more earthy of a vanilla that you get. It's not the designer, you know, fluff kind of vanilla. There's more depth to it, even in the deep dry down. But like I said, it loses its personality to me in the deep dry down. Now I'm going to spray it again so I can describe the top, that first hour, a little better. And I usually do 2-3 sprays with this one. Oh. So that first initial spray, you get no alcohol or anything. It goes right into your face, and you want it in your mouth. Kind of a caramel vanilla aroma. Doesn't have that heavy earthiness that it does once it dries down. Oh, it's such a beautiful, and this is when you get the most of the white flowers. But for some reason, those white flowers and the caramel note, well, the caramel note lightens up, but the white flowers pretty much go away after that first hour, and that's the personality I'm talking about. I could live without that heavy caramel in the deep dry down, but those white flowers, to me, would have given it a more nectary, more depth, more dimensional kind of a sweetness than just vanilla alone can do. Oh, it's so gorgeous, especially that first hour. It's so beautiful. It's so gourmand. This is probably one of my most gourmand perfumes at that first hour. It's sweet. It's very caramelly. But again, once that dry down hits, and there's only 2 stages. There's the top, that delicious caramel vanilla, gourmandy, slightly floral. And then there's the dry down, which is just this a bit earthy vanilla. Yeah, that's pretty much it when it dries down, in my opinion. Oh, that top, so amazing. So I do think this is totally unisex. It just depends on if you like a heavy gourmand or not. I think this one is not a bee smoke kind of vanilla, even with all those vanilla notes in there. It is not a bee smoke kind of perfume. This is one I think you could wear in warmer seasons during colder temps. So summer nights, spring days, you know, things like this. And you could wear this day or night. It like I said, it's not so heavy of a hitter that you couldn't wear it during the day. I've worn it plenty of times to work, actually. And I do get compliments on it. The thing is, I know there's lots of things. The performance is meh. It projects that first hour when it's at its best the most, with 2 sprays about arm's length. Then it does come a bit closer. I'd say about a foot off your body. And that's kind of where it lives until it dies. And that's after 6 hours, 7 hours probably at the most. The price is mid-range. On Lucky Scent, you can get it for $175 for a 50 ml bottle. I don't think it comes in any other sizes other than sample sizes. Really beautiful perfume. Really beautiful. And now let's move on to Cherry Ink. So this is like the opposite of Vanextoix. This one, I don't like the top that much, but I love the dry down. So this is a pretty heavy cherry perfume, but it's not gourmand, in my opinion, in any way, shape, or form. Oh. To me, it's almost a cherry patchouli kind of an aroma with a little more going on than that. There's clean, it's cherry, it's definitely cherry. More on the bitter side than like the cherry liqueur, and then some patchouli. That's really what I get. See, you can see the bottle, the aloe is still on the front, but there's nothing on the cap. Still a good sprayer, you know. So let me tell you what's in it. Again, to repeat myself, Lazy Fragrantica today. It's cherries. Let's try that one more time, shall we? It's cherry, sour cherry, almond, rum, bergamot, black pepper, ink, red wine, myrrh, damask rose, mimosa, cinnamon, jasmine, lily of the valley, tonka bean, musk, benzoin, amber, vanilla bean, precious woods, patchouli, and agarwood. That's like a Tom Ford perfume. There's like 50 things in there, but you only smell 3. I don't get the florals. I do get the red wine though. I should have added that to the patchouli cherry kind of vibe that I get from it. I absolutely get the red wine, which usually isn't my favorite. I was never a wine drinker when I drank, and red wines were usually not my favorites. I was more into the sweeter wines like a Gewürztraminer or, oh, there's another one that starts with an L. I can't remember, but I like those. Every once in a while, rosé was nice, but my sisters really loved the Merlots and the Burgundies, and they just weren't my cup of tea. But this does smell like a Burgundy kind of a wine, red wine, or a rosé maybe. Not a Merlot. It doesn't have that kind of dryness. Other than that, I mean, a little ink in there. I think the ink is just an accord of other notes, though. It's amazing. Amazing in the dry down. I absolutely love it. Which I did blind words hard today. I did blind buy this one, but I did not blind buy Vanextoix. just to put that out there. And I'm so glad I did, because Vanextoix, I love the first hour, but the rest of it is meh. This one, I don't much care for the first hour, but the rest of it is ho hubba hubba. Love. Now my husband likes more the gourmandy ones, so he is more partial to the Vanextoix. He didn't really care for the cherry ink, but this isn't really his cup of tea. This is more something I wear for myself. Now this, I think you absolutely could wear day or night, work. I don't think going out with big crowds, because this would not compete. It's not a beast mode perfume. It's much like Vanextoix, a little better performer than that. But this would be more, you know, more intimate get-togethers, just with friends, family, festivities, kind of things like that. Daytime, absolutely. I wouldn't wear it to formal nighttime occasions. Formal daytime, no problem. Now I'm going to spray some more on so I can describe the top. I can't put my finger on why I don't like it that much at the top. I don't hate it. I just don't love it. There's a lot of the cherry. There's almost this nuttiness to it, but this powdery nuttiness that adds to the sour cherry. There's a hint of the regular cherry in there, but it's mostly about the sour cherry. And you get the ink. That's when you get the ink, is at the beginning. Once it dries down, you don't really get it that much anymore. Like I said, it's all about the cherries and the red wine and the patchouli. That's really what it's all about for me in that dry down, but it's beautiful. Very unisex. I do think some masculine personalities are going to think it's a bit on the feminine side, and probably some feminine personalities will think it's a bit on the masculine side. But I think it's right in the middle. I think it's very unisex. I do 2 sprays with this, and it lasts me about 7 hours, 7 to 8 hours normally. It projects about arm's length that first hour when I don't like it so much. But then once it dries down, it's about elbow's length, wrist length, right in there, I should think. I think you could wear this year round. Absolutely. I would definitely stick more to daytime wear in the cooler seasons, just because, like I've said before, that's when I pull out my heavy hitters, my beast mode perfumes. That's my favorite time of year to wear perfumes, is during the fall and winter. So I wouldn't pick this up for that. I just wore it this winter for testing purposes. And other than that, though, I would go spring, summer, all the way, day or night, really. Oh. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And it doesn't have that cherry cough drop, cough syrup kind of vibe to it, which absolutely repulses me. But it doesn't have that. This is a much more true, realistic kind of a cherry smell, I think, anyway. Oh, there is a hint of floral in there. There is just a hint. You really got a deep sniff to get in there to smell the floral. But I think it's the rose that I'm smelling. It goes really well with the red wine. And I think that combination is what I'm just interpreting as red wine. But I do think it's kind of a slightly rosy red wine that's mixing with the cherry and the patchouli. Oh, it's beautiful. Just beautiful. And this is same price. It's like $175 for 50 mLs at Lucky Scent. And I think I hit everything. Yeah. Well, if not, you'll let me know down below anyway. So that's Lorenzo Pazzaglia's Vanextoix and Cherry Ink. And I've got my eyeball on a couple more of his, so I may come back with some more perfumes to put in the polls from Lorenzo. All right, I think that's it. And thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to vote on my community page if you so choose to and you desire it. Otherwise, don't worry about it. And I'm going to, there's one more poll. The winners are already out. I believe it's Initio's Narcotic Delight and Blessed Baraka. I think those are the two that won the latest poll. So I'll get recording those, and I'll get a new poll up soon. And it looks like Tonka has won for the next top 5 list. So I'm already started working on that list, and once I get that one completed and get ready to record it, I'll put up a new top 5 list for spring of this year. So anyway, okay, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you more than I can say. And don't forget, I don't know where this accent thing's coming from. That's weird. I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm like Sybil in that movie that Sally Field played many years ago, where she was portraying that woman that had like 19 different personalities. There are times where I wonder if I don't have more than one person living inside of me. Because they come out and shine from time to time. And don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell and comment if you want. If you don't, it's all good. I still love you. Where's my finger? There it is. And use your own nose. Peace.